about a true legend in the fight for civil rights, Supreme Court Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg, her lasting legacy. On the Arena again after the break.
All Elite welcomes all gifted talent. The premier women's professional wrestlers.
You won't be able to forget who we are.
In this company, anybody can win at any time.
We can do anything, and anything is possible.
All Elite Wrestling on TNT. Watch Wednesday Night Dynamite at 8 or anytime on demand and the app.
The Arena on TNT is presented by Tractor Supply Company, serving our local communities stronger together.
Welcome back, everyone. So Friday night, we lost a justice seeker. Ruth Bader Ginsburg died of complications from cancer at the age of 87. She was the second woman in history to be appointed to the bench. She became known as a pioneer advocate for women's rights, and as of late, she was pretty much a cultural icon, often referred to as the notorious RBG. The Brooklyn-born lawyer inspired a generation of women in the fight for equal rights. Renee, I start with you first. When she passed away, I know that social media had so much to say about what she offered, and I wanted to get your take as a woman and being a first in so many different ways, what you thought of her.
Well, first, you talk about social media, and it's kind of ironic. Her life work speaks for itself, but she became notorious when a New York law student went on Tumblr and started to just talk about the work she did. So it's kind of ironic because, you know, Mrs. Elliott talked about it.
There's some things that's just out of my hand and some things you can't control. But it pissed me off.
Did you, when you saw did you surprise yourself by the reaction you had when you saw those results? Did you know that, I'm just wondering if you knew that you would have this strong of a reaction to seeing those numbers?
No.
Alan?
How good?
Brian, do you feel like the something that rewards the most valuable player in the league?
I don't know. I'm not gonna sit up here and talk about what the criteria should be or what it is. It's changed over the years since I've gotten to the league. I know that. You know, it's just changed. It's changed a lot. You know, sometimes it's, you know, the best player on the best team. Sometimes it's the guy with the best season statistically. Sometimes it's changed over the course of my career. I mean, you don't know. You don't know, but you know, Giannis had a hell of a season. I can definitely say that.
Anyone else on this end? Tanisha, do you have anybody on your end? Please.
Yeah, just last two, LJ. We'll go Bill Oram.
Hey, LeBron. In the past, when you had, call them slights or whatever, when you finished second in the past, did it bother you as much? And then the next question would be, how much of your strong reaction do you think has to do with the fact that you've done what you've done in year 17 at 35 with a new team? Does that factor into your kind of emotion here?
I have no idea. I mean, I'm fine. Don't get it twisted. Like, I'm going back to my room. I'm perfectly fine. I mean, we're at 1-0 in the Western Conference Finals. I'm absolutely fine. So don't. Like, I was pissed off at the reaction earlier when I saw it. I'm absolutely great now. I'm going back to my room, drink some wine, and sleep very well tonight. So let's not get it twisted. I'm great. It's just the voting scale is a little weird to me sometimes. I mean, if you take 2012, if you just stick with me here, 2012, 2013, I had a chance to be Defensive Player of the Year and also MVP in the same season. And that year, Marc Gasol was rewarded Defensive Player of the Year. But he made second team all defense. Okay, so that doesn't make sense. It's like being the MVP of the league, but you make second team all NBA. That's when I really started to look at things a little bit kind of like differently. I was like, how does that even make any sense? It's like being rookie of the year, but you make second team all rookie. You know, and then I looked at the most improved this year, and rightfully so, Brandon Ingram was amazing. I thought he should have won it. But did you see the votes that Devontae Graham get? He averaged 4 points last year compared to 17 and a half. If that's not improving, what is? And it's just a weird thing sometimes that I don't know how much we are really watching the game of basketball, or are we just in the narration mode, the narrative.
Okay, last question, Bill Plaschke.
Yeah, LeBron, given all this team has been through and all you've had to lead them through this year, how would you compare this to your other MVP years, the years you've won MVP?
I don't even remember. I don't remember actually. I don't know. I don't remember. To be completely honest, this would be hard for me to answer that question. You got another one for me?
Hold on, let me get them back. Oh.
They left the chat.
Yeah, you're all done.
All right, thank you. Thanks, LeBron.
Appreciate it.
He's right.
I did appreciate that, actually.
He's right.
Thank you, James.
He's right, too. He's absolutely right. How are you going to be Defensive Player of the Year and you're on the second team?
It's baffling.
It's bad. And I think, I got no problem with media, but I just don't think they're looking at what players see and GMs and coaches see as most valuable player. I remember Steve Nash got it back-to-back one year, and I was like, okay, Steve Nash is good. Maybe 1 year he should have got it, but twice when Kobe for sure should have got it.
Oh, big time.
For sure. So I was like, at that point, I was like, something's not right. If a writer doesn't like you, or if they don't like LeBron, they shouldn't be voted. I just think they need to change it because they've screwed it up a couple times.
You just get stuck in a narrative. It's like AD not getting any votes for Defensive Player of the Year. Just doesn't make sense.
The most valuable thing about, I think, all of this, though, as much as we sit here and we're shocked and stunned and we're kind of just like the media, they didn't know how to respond because I don't think we were ready for him to be so human in that moment. It's been a long time and honest. But the most valuable thing here is how many times he has felt this way. He took us back to 2012 when he feels like, something was robbed of him at that time, to fast forward now to where he is, what he's continued to achieve and accomplish. He'll still go back to his hotel room, as he said tonight, even more so motivated, not because of this, but because who he is. But the fact that he has been able to accomplish through all of this and stay above and rise higher, and he'll still go out and try to handle the task at hand. That's where even that can be very valuable. A guy that can separate what he is pissed off about right now and what the real goal is, because that is the truth. And we've talked about it a lot, and you've even said you've seen it, you know it. It's not just about the MVP for LeBron James, it's about winning titles. He understood when he came to Los Angeles, that's what he needed to do, was to bring a title first and foremost. But there are moments and things like this when you go out and you continue to perform and rise and become bigger and better in statistical categories, when that's what we call the MVP all about in the regular season stats, and you show day in and day out how valuable you are, not just to your team, but to the league. And yet he's gonna have to go back to his hotel, turn that off, and continue to refocus and make sure his team's refocused and focused, because this is the one thing too. It's the Western Conference Finals, and you don't want this to ever become a distraction.
Yeah.
And there's so much, to your point, that you got to have your hand on, you got to have a pulse about.
You make great points. I'm glad he said it, though.
If it was me, I would be a bratty little kid. And what I mean by that is, next time NBA asks me to do something, I would like, nope, I'm not going to do that.
Go ask Giannis.
Nope, go ask, And that's what you have to look at, It's not like he was not deserving of the MVP and we just want to reward him because he's LeBron James. He deserved MVP because he expanded his horizon. He did more this year than he did last year. And that's what I don't think people are looking like. Well, Giannis, his team has the best record. Their team, you play in the freaking East, man.
Lakers won what, 30?
Play in the East.
Lakers won. I know he missed a lot of games last year. Lakers were what, 11th, 10th, West? First. 3 games away from going to the finals. Tells you right there. All right,
7 more.
Let's hear from the Nuggets young duo of Jamal Murray and Nikola Jokic.
I just needed a little more. I think I started the game really good. Then I had 3 fouls, and because I'm kind of off. And then I started a third quarter somehow good. I think I was aggressive, but we need to do a collectively better job.
Next, we'll go to Dan Wakey. Dan, go ahead.
Their size is very different than the Clippers' size. How did that impact the game?
It is. They're really good shot blockers. They're attacking the offensive rebound. We just need to measure that. We need to. I think we can again do the collectively better job of rebound the ball a little bit better, and when someone is going to block the shot, to just find the open guy and make yourself an open guy.
How do you guys moving forward adapt to the whistles?